Hello! In this video, I am going to explain the functioning of bookings in Tweb. A booking being when we ask a supplier to provide a certain service for a number of passengers on a specific date, and they agree. When a new project is created, at first no bookings are sent to suppliers. In the search engine, availability is displayed. Green meaning available, blue on request, orange unavailable, in other words online availability has been used up but a request can be sent, and red closed for sale cannot be used. When a service is selected and added in a project, for example for the dinner for the night of the 21st, the family unit bed and breakfast which is available, add to basket. The availability is not used up and nothing is sent to suppliers. At this stage, the project concerns only the consultant and the client. It is a sales tool and the foundation of an agreement being negotiated with the client. The availability displayed is as valid at this time and not guaranteed. Once all the details of the project have been agreed with the client, for example the date, here in on the 10th of May, the services in the itinerary, here the meet and greet, car rental, accommodation, flights, etc., as well as the pax number and the rates, the project is booked. In Service Basket, click Book. The page Project Availability displays information regarding the bookings that will be generated and sent to suppliers for the project, and allows some adjustments. Note that the services are not displayed in the same order as in the Service Basket. Here they are displayed grouped by provider, by order of the first service of the provider. For example, the meet and greet, then both legs of the car rental, all 3 nights at Cloud9, etc. For each service you can see the date, itinerary day, service heading, information regarding the location, category and type, sales rate per person and per vehicle, number of packs or rooms being requested, and availability. RQ if on request, for example Cloud9, the number available if there is online availability, for example Mantenga Lodge, or UN when online availability has been used up and the booking will be on request, for example Greenway Woods. If the number requested is less than the number available, for example for the second night at Mdoneni Lodge, the booking will automatically be confirmed. If the number requested is greater than the number available, it will be on request, for example for the first night at Mdoneni Lodge. The information displayed here is as valid at this time and might be different from the situation when the service was originally added. If a service displayed as closed or unavailable, for example Greenway Woods, you might decide to replace it in Service Basket before continuing with booking the project. For accommodation, it is possible to tick provisional for some or all of the providers, and to define the number of days for which it is to be valid, by default 7, but this can be amended. See the tutorial on provisional bookings for a detailed look at how this function works. It is possible to block the sending of booking mails, either for selected services, or by defining that none should be sent, or none except hotels. See the tutorial on Do Not Send Booking Mails for a detailed look at how this function works. Booked projects are identified by a route reference. By default, the automated numerical reference is allocated starting with 100. You can enter a customized reference consisting of up to 9 characters. When you enter the reference, the system checks whether the reference already exists. If so, a red cross appears to indicate that it is not available. If you try to create the booking anyway, the creation is blocked and a message is displayed indicating the route ref is not valid or is already used for another project. When an acceptable reference is entered, a green tick appears. Leave this space blank to continue with the automatic reference. Tick Top Urgent Project to define the project as such. This must be used sparingly and only in cases of unusual urgency, such as very last-minute bookings. If Top Urgent is ticked, the project will be flagged as Top Urgent in the Service Basket, and all the bookings will show Top Urgent in the subject line. When all is in order on the project availability page, click Create Booking. This generates and sends all the necessary booking emails. Click OK for the message confirming that the bookings have been sent. In Service Basket, note that the reference has changed to the numerical route reference and an indication booking request has been added. For services with online availability greater than the number requested, the status is directly OK. For example, the second night at Mdoneni and the night at Mantenga Lodge. A booking is sent to the providers to advise them that the online availability has been used. It is not necessary to wait for their response before considering the booking confirmed. For those on request, the status is RS, request sent. The supplier's response is necessary to know whether the request can be confirmed or not. In the normal course of events, the system generates and sends the booking emails to suppliers copied to the tour consultant in charge of the file. The booking emails generated and sent indicate all the information the supplier needs to process the booking. The header indicates basic information, the type of request, project reference, provider name, project heading. The footer contains details such as the name of the client, passenger language, payment agreement, and tour consultant in charge of the project. The booking details section differs depending on the type of service. For accommodation, it shows the check-in and check-out, and day by day the services requested. For example, 1 night here in Oudtshoorn or 2 in Knysna. For each service, the packs list linked and the number of rooms requested is displayed as well as the current status, and once they have been entered, the passenger list and configuration. If additional services are requested, for example, a dinner, they are shown on the same booking as the accommodation services. For car rental, it shows the category, pickup date, time and location, drop-off date, time and location, rental duration, and, once allocated, the driver details. If more than one leg of car rental is booked with the same provider, they will both appear on the booking. For transfers, it shows the leg, time, pax number and current status, as well as the departure and arrival details. For flights, it shows the leg, time, pax number, and current status, as well as departure and arrival details. And, once entered, the passenger names. For a train trip, it shows the leg, the pax list linked, and the number of rooms requested, current status, as well as departure and arrival details, and, once entered, the passenger list and room configuration. When the supplier replies on the email received, the email is automatically addressed to the booking agent in the operations department that is in charge of dealing with the provider. The operations department is responsible for following up on bookings with suppliers. They work per provider rather than per project and have a system to process replies received from suppliers and follow up on outstanding replies. For suppliers with online availability, the operations department contacts the suppliers to get a reservation number as guarantee that all is in order. For those on request, the operations department contacts the supplier to get a confirmation and then updates the booking status accordingly, whether OK if it is confirmed, waitlisted, or unconfirmed if the supplier is fully booked. When a change is made to the status for a service, an email is generated and sent to the tour consultant to stay up to date with progress. For example, when Cloud9 is confirmed and the status is changed to OK. When a booking is waitlisted or unconfirmed, the tour consultant should return to the project to find an alternative. For example, for Greenway Woods that has been waitlisted, click on the Search for Alternative icon. Then find and add an alternative. See the tutorial on alternatives for a detailed look at how this function works. Once all the bookings for a project have been confirmed, it becomes a confirmed booking. Certain amendments made to a booked project must be sent to suppliers. The necessary booking amendment mails are generated depending on the change and the services affected. If the number of passengers increase, for example, in the passenger list, if a single room is added for Mr. Gill, in service basket, all status are reset to RQ and an amendment is generated for all services. In booking management, note the description of the amendments. Click Send Booking Mails. On the email, note that the subject specifies that it is an amendment and the email contains the same description of the amendment as in booking management. If a change is made to the passenger list, for example, names entered and submit, In Service Basket, an amendment is generated for all services for which a passenger list is sent, flights and accommodation, but the status is not affected. In Booking Management, note the description of the amendment. Click Send Booking Mails. The email again specifies the nature of the amendment. If a change is made to the room configuration, for example if a double changes to a twin, in Service Basket, an amendment is generated for all accommodation services. The status is not affected. In Booking Management, click Send Booking Mails. On the booking email, note how the amendment is displayed. If a timing changes, for example, if the cruise changes to 11, in Service Basket, an amendment is generated for that service. The status is not affected. In Booking Management, note the description of the change. Click Send Booking Mails. On the email, note how the amendment is reflected. If a date changes, for example, for the helicopter to the 17th, in Service Basket, an amendment is generated for that service and the status is reset to RQ. In Booking Management, note the description of the amendment. Send booking emails. On the booking email, note how the amendment is displayed. As we have seen, in a booked project, amendments generated by changes are not sent immediately on confirmation of the change. In Service Basket, a flashing light indicates a pending booking mail, for example for Vineyard, Gomo Gomo, and the day tour. In Booking Management, you can see the details of what is pending. For example, for Vineyard and Gomo Gomo, a room type amendment. For African Eagle, a new booking. In Booking Management, as on the project availability page, for pending bookings it is possible to block a booking from being sent. Bookings that have already been sent can be resent by clicking on the icon. When a service is cancelled, for example a night in Port Elizabeth, a cancellation email is generated. It is pending until, from Booking Management, it is sent. Once sent, in Service Basket, cancelled services are hidden. Click on Show CXD to display. When the entire project is cancelled, click on Cancellation. The cancellation page displays the cancellation fees calculated, if any. Once you click on I confirm, the cancellations are automatically sent for all services in the project. The project becomes a cancelled booking. And that is it. Thank you for watching.